There was an error. We accidentally ordered 100 houses of GIB too much and we shit on our local builders in the process. Wow, we stuffed up. Why have we let GIB gobble up 90% plus of the market? And then why are we letting them shut down factories?
No roof on and GIB. No roof on, more GIB.
Literally their livelihood and their jobs are on hold because they can't get 2 or 3 sheets of Aqualine or something. There is houseload after houseload sitting up there and they're not even ready for it.
Oh, site's definitely ready for GIB.
Crazy that they're just dumping it in the front yard.
Like the GIB shortage, don't we?
Well, we all know where it is now. Hey, I'm Josh, a builder here in New Zealand, usually making videos about the building process and how much fun it is to build a house. Today, let's talk about something that's close to many builders' hearts right now. So Fletcher Building apologises after GIB stockpiling video emerges. Full disclosure, this is a pretty hot topic right now. I'm not out to make this like a personal vendetta against Winstones or Fletchers. I'm just trying to point the conversation in a healthy direction. Let's get back to the video. The video appears Winstone wallbirds have given preferential treatment. Appears? I think it shows that you've given preferential treatment to your development in Fletcher Living. Last month, Fletcher Building asked builders across Aotearoa to not order GIB until their site was ready. Pull your head in, guys. We're ordering GIB 6 months before we even need it. We're trying to get a crystal ball and we're trying to gaze into it and we're going to say, oh, in 6 months, I'm going to be ready for GIB. So I better order it now because that's how long it's taking. There's literally builders on the ground right now waiting 8 months for plasterboard. 8 months is insane. And you're telling us not to order early, yet you're sending it to your development? Okay, something's wrong. So apparently there's a national building shortage, but what I'm hearing is there's not necessarily a shortage, there's a system that is broken. So we could see in the latest Greenstead development in Lincoln, southwest of Christchurch, piles and piles of plastic wrapped GIB stacked up outside houses that did not have roofs on. How depressing would that be if you're a builder in Christchurch, you're struggling to push your job along and then you drive around this development? Man, how much of a kick in the guts would that be?
Look, another site not ready. But there's GIB. Haven't even got a roof finished on this one. Good to see equality in the building industry.
Before this whole situation escalated, we would normally order GIB about 2 weeks before we needed it. So we would go slab down, frames up, roof on, we would start the weatherboard, and at some stage in that process, we'd walk around and we'd do a measure up and we'd work out the exact sheets we need. And because the frames are up and because the roof is on, we could order a reasonably accurate order as well. We could get the size sheets we needed and we could minimize waste. It was a system that was working. And then it slowly got out further and further, and then at the start of the year we started having to order GIB the day we put frames up. Frames are up, get the GIB order in the system now, because if we don't get it in, we won't get it on time. It has now gone beyond that. We have several jobs here in the Hutt Valley where we haven't even cut earthworks. We haven't even done the footings or foundations and we're ordering GIB. We're getting the plans and we're having to sit down in the office and work out how much GIB we're going to need, and we're going to have to magically guess how far ahead we're going to need it, and then we're going to have to load it into the system. Fletcher described this as a mistake. Well, no Sherlock. Yeah, which was a mistake? GIB early on the first house or the next 100 in the development? This video is filmed on June the 6th, Monday, and the builder's asked not to be named. The video in the article came out on Tuesday the 7th, and the builder is afraid of saying who he is because he's afraid that he's not going to get any more GIB. We're literally living in that fear right now. Multiple times I've had to ring my supplier up and say, yo, I've got all these houses and all these people that want to build, can you actually supply? The builder has been unsuccessful in searching for a dozen sheets. He literally only needs 12 sheets. Good on him for filming it and putting it out there rather than just taking 12 sheets, because I know so many people would be tempted to do that. It deflects from the real problem. So I applaud this guy for taking the video. I applaud this guy for calling them out. We're literally looking at, can we switch to plywood? Can you get stuff from overseas? We went and visited a plasterboard alternative factory up in Hamilton. The problem is GIB has got the system locked up. at the design phase. They've got this easy brace calculator, and then the architects use it, and then it's on the plan, and it's the lingo that the councils understand. Everybody follows the system. That is where the system is broken. It's the brands appraisal, it's the plasterboard brace system, it's the easy brace calculation. Once it ends up on the consented plans, as a builder, we don't have much choice but to follow those plans. At the end of the day, plasterboard is an interior lining that makes your walls look pretty. And so there should be a ton of alternatives. I don't get how when we're using timber and we're using weatherboard and we can put strap bracing in, that we can't deal with bracing elements in a different way and shift all of those bracing elements away from the lining. And I don't get how we can't look at alternative linings in the house. On Tuesday, Fletcher Building released a statement which was later described as an apology, calling the piles of unused GIB a mistake and a missed communication. We've firmly reiterated the correct process to our team, and our Windstone wallboards have made it clear.
Hide it next time.
So for me as a house builder, the last few jobs I've had anywhere between 4 and 10 sheets left over. Rather than hoarding them in my storeroom, I've reached out to local one-off guys and said, hey man, do you need GIB? Come and collect it. All I'm looking for is for you to reimburse me for what it was charged. I'm not selling it on Trade Me at exorbitant costs. I am looking to pass it on and help on as many projects as we can. I think we need to ask some bigger questions, like why in building in New Zealand have we got it stuck in our minds that GIB is the only interior lining we can use? And then why have we let GIB gobble up 90% plus of the market? And then why are we letting them shut down factories and close their Wellington operation and constrict supply? I'm not anti-GIB. Like, I use GIB on literally all of our jobs. You know, we do what they ask us to do, and like I have got GIB on my houses in recent months, and I'm thankful for that. I have the same legit fears that builder. Like, am I going to get rung up by head office and all of a sudden now I'm not going to get GIB on any of my jobs? And then that's going to affect the livelihood of my company and my employees and my subcontractors. It is such an intertwined industry, and it's not just the builders, but think about the plasterer and the painter and the electrician and the plumber. None of those people can do their job until we've got the interior linings on the wall. The longer we have this stagnant process where houses are just sitting there for weeks on end, it's costing time and money to us, it's costing time and money to the homeowner. They're paying interest rates for longer, and all of those things are just churning through everyone's resources unnecessarily, in my mind. There's got to be a better way.
Yeah, just sitting there waiting. Oh no, let's be fair. There's one here with GIB inside. Let's be fair.